afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to the Bass Piper channel. It's been a few minutes since I've been able to get on here, guys. And no, I hadn't been on here in probably over a month, I guess, making a video. But it's been pretty busy around the Bass Piper's house last few weeks. Last month, about a month ago, we started, as I told you in previous videos before, we were looking at putting together wanting to go together and put a porch on our home, me and Miss Bass Piper, and we did. We are in the process of getting it finished. They started about a month ago framing it out and all that stuff, getting the roof on. By the time we got everything approved by the county and the town and all the stuff you got to go through, and they still got to put the rails on, still got to wrap the post, still got to put the ceiling in and the electrical stuff we want done. But we're about finished with that. Probably another, hopefully, if the weather permitting. They haven't been able to work yesterday or today because of the rain. But we're hoping that in the next couple of weeks she'll be finished, and that will be all behind us. So we have finally got our porch and been sitting on it already and enjoying it. And once the decking was put on, and so we're having a good time with this porch. We really enjoy it. Should have done this years ago, but hey, you got to wait till you can pull the trigger on some things. So anyway, we've been tied up with that over the last several weeks, and life just been, getting in the way like it does with everybody. I hope everybody's been doing well. Don't have anything to smoke today. I was out there just the other night with a pipe, and breaking in my porch with a pipe, and having a good relaxing evening. And so we have definitely, me and Miss Bass Piper's definitely been enjoying this porch. As I said, I hope all of you guys have been doing good, and everything is going well. I'm not going to make this very long. We had to get the porch on at the same time. We had to pull the trigger on a new vehicle. And so we've just been busy having to get these different projects done. We've got two older vehicles that we knew they weren't going to last forever. And so Bass Piper had to pull the trigger on that too. So, we've been spending money like we have money. I don't know where we're getting all the money, but anyway, we have had to get a couple of projects, high dollar projects here lately. If you haven't been out looking for a car lately, be ready, because I'll tell you, we really were in for a sticker shock. Now, you got to realize Bass Piper hadn't looked for a vehicle for 15 years. And I got a 2010 Honda Accord, and that was the last new car that we bought. In fact, it technically wasn't brand new. Somebody had bought it, put 800 miles on it, and turned it back in because his wife wanted to get a SUV and not the car. She evidently wasn't happy with the car. So anyway, we ended up getting a good little deal on that. But I tell you what, folks, the deals that are out here today for cars ain't like it used to be. And I never thought in my wildest dreams I would be spending the money that I had to spend for this new car that we got. Actually, it's an SUV. Should I say a new truck? They call them trucks, not cars. But, and this is a 2022. So it's new to us, but it ain't brand new. The brand new one I couldn't afford, and barely could afford this one. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, guys. When you're buying used vehicles, pre-owned vehicles. Now, we were fortunate. This particular vehicle only had 29,000 miles on it. It was a lease from a dealer. a 3-year lease, and it was brought back, and so was in very good shape, low miles. However, it's getting ready to turn 4 years old here in another few months if you go by the dates. So 22, getting ready to go into 26. So we're about over 3.5 years old for this vehicle, but it's in good shape. And this particular vehicle is, from all the research I've done on them, and I have researched a bunch of them the last couple of months. They're built like a tank. They're overbuilt and underworked. And so I think this vehicle will be with us for a good while. I'm hoping it'll be with us until we can't drive anymore, or till the Lord takes us home. But we needed something that's going to be reliable. We needed something that we could take on trips without having to rent vehicles. My 2010, guys, Honda Accord's got about 15,000 miles left, and it'll turn 300,000. I got a 2001 Dodge Ram 1500. Just pulled about 218 on that, 218,000 so far on that. So vehicles are getting older, and they're getting miles on them, and they're just not trustworthy to go on trips. But we definitely were looking for something for the retirement years as we get closer to those, and we won't be using this vehicle very much. It'll be more of a weekender for us right now. We'll still be using the other two vehicles for getting around town and going to work and that kind of thing. So just trying to save the miles on this one. But we're looking forward to enjoying the new car, the new truck, should I say, the new SUV. And Bass Piper, you didn't tell us what it is. Well, it's a Lexus GX 460. And we pulled the trigger on the Lexus GX 460. And I was looking at the Toyota Highlanders. I was looking at the Honda Pilots. I was looking at all different ones out there. And even had CarMax bring in a few of them for me. And we looked at one, had one brought in. We looked at some others on the lot. And fortunately, we were able to get our money back from the transferring. When we finally saw it, it didn't look like nothing it did on the website. So never buy anything off these websites, that's for sure. Because when we got it and saw it in person, this Highlander Platinum was a 21 that they brought in, and it just had more dings and bangs and things you couldn't see on the website. And it was a pretty thing. It was silver, kind of a medium silver, had the peanut butter, I call it peanut butter interior, that caramel interior inside. And she was sharp looking, but boy, up front, in person, not for the money. So we were on our way home, got our check back, got our money back from bringing that in from Hickory, North Carolina. Miss Bass Piper said, hey, you want to stop by the Lexus place? We're going right by it. Of course, anybody that knows Lexus, they're the higher end Toyotas, just like Acura is the higher end Hondas. And so I said, well, yeah, we can go in there, but, I don't know what they're going to have, and, that type of thing. And about 6 hours later, we rolled out with the GX. And my stars, guys, I never thought, I don't care whether you're buying the Highlander, Toyota, the Honda Pilot, the whatever, the 4Runners, anything in that capacity you're looking for with SUVs, new or used. I mean, when you're dropping money today for basically, almost what you paid for your first home years ago, something's gone nuts out here. But what are you going to do? To be able to save the money that you would want to save and you used to could save buying used, you may as well keep what you got. And, spend all the money in a reman engine and a transmission and replacing the parts that's rusting on it and, the whole 9 yards. So by the time you get through with all that, I mean, It's like there's no way of getting around it anymore. And because to find the good deals for used, like I told Miss Base Piper, I said we'd have to go, 8 or 9, 10 years old to get a nice reduction in price. But I said I may as well keep what I got in the driveway. So hopefully this one here will last us. In researching the GX, uh, these engines, didn't buy this for a gas saving engine. I mean, it's a V8, so you don't buy V8s to get 35 miles to the gallon. And so, but they're built like a tank. From all the research I've done, they're built still over in Japan, at the manufacturers in Japan, and they are built very well. And so, for reliability, I don't think we can go wrong there. And they've all gotten good reviews on those. Um, the GXs are a little more antiquated. Uh, they don't have all the bells and whistles that a lot of these cars have got today. They've got some, but not all the bells and whistles. And I don't need all the bells and whistles because Base Piper's getting antiquated. And so, I still want to keep it simple, stupid. I don't need all the speedometer and uh, um, compass and all of that where it flare, it's up on your windshield and all this kind of stuff. And you got all these different little gadgets and mess that when that mess goes, it goes. I mean, you can't get around the cameras and stuff like that. They're just about on everything now. But, I knew that this was going to be a big deal. So anyway, that's what we've been doing the last month or so: buying a new vehicle and putting on a porch, and getting ready for the golden years. I don't know about golden. I'll be lucky if I see aluminum, but we are looking forward to the next 3 or 4 years, God permitting, that we can retire and start enjoying life. Base Piper is going to try to go till I'm about 70. I just turned 64 in July, and I'm hoping I can just be pastoring and preaching till I'm 70. And the gym is going good, by the way. Still working a side hustle at the gym here in town. And the only problem that I'm finding out here working at the gym, I don't have time to work out. Now you would think I get paid to work out. I can go work out anytime, on the clock. It don't matter. The problem is when now that I've gotten trained, I'm usually working by myself a shift. So I don't have anybody at the desk while I go work out. When I first started, I did. So unless I get an hour overlap with somebody coming on, if I do like 11 to 3 o'clock, 11 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, then I have somebody come on at 2 o'clock and close at 6. When we say close, we say staff hours. It's open 24/7, but we leave at 6 o'clock. So the young lady that comes in at 2 o'clock, I'll leave at 3. So when she comes on at 2, that gives me that hour that I can try to get something done if I'm going to work out. But a lot of times it doesn't work out that way. So anyway, it's kind of messed up my whole workout schedule, and working out, because I end up either got to go in early or I got to stay late, once I work, just to get the workout done. But got to get back on track with that more. So anyway, but everything's going good, and not bad. And so we're just staying busy. And I thought I would come on here for a few minutes and kind of let you know what's happening in Base Piper's world. And I'll tell you, guys, if you haven't been out there looking, like I said, for vehicles, be ready, because I'm gonna tell you, you'll be out there having a stroke and a coronary when you look at these price tags. It's unbelievable. And but anyway, I guess it's one of those deals where you buy once, you cry once, and just get it over with. you know, or what we used to call old school, just bend over. Dr. Bendover will be in here in just a minute. And so we've been, like I said, we've just been busy, and we're looking forward to enjoying the porch. And hey, I've been noticing a couple of videos, by the way. It's 15 minutes. I'm going to get off of here just a quick second. But I've noticed that not seeing many of the older YTPC or pipers anymore. What's going on with that? I saw a video with Onion a couple of days ago talking about some things. I understand Brian is coming off for a while. He usually makes the pipe, was making pipes and doing stuff. And man, all the old channel guys are just riding off into the sunset. I don't know what's happening to our YTPC. And we got newbies, but all the older guys and gals, what few gals we had, man, they are just, I know I've mentioned this in a couple of videos back, but wow, we just don't have the circulation going anymore into the YTPC. So maybe we all just need to hop on the phone or throw a text out to some of these people, see what's going on. Maybe we can jumpstart them a little bit. But I know life gets in the way. And I also know how things happen. You know, things get old, you know. And like I said, you know, there are people that it seems like, it's so funny. It seems like once we get that 1,000 sub mark, we just ride off into the sunset. And with some of us. Now, I haven't got there yet. I'm almost there, but I don't plan on riding out in the sunset. But anyway, I've been missing a lot of the guys, and you know, I don't know what's all going on. It was good to see Raphael make a video. Raphael, if you see this video, buddy, it was good to see you. I know it's been about 6 months. 7 months now, but it was good to see you pop out there and make a video since the passing of Lady Fire. And also didn't get a chance to go to the pipe show this year in Richmond. I was hoping I could go. I didn't go last year. I was hoping I could go this year. We were tied up with doing different things here, as I've said. And it came on me before I knew it. It was on top of me. And last week we went on vacation with my mother-in-law and some of the siblings on my wife's side. And it was just all running together. By the time I found out about it, it was the same, you know, the weekend was coming up and we were here. And I had a deacons meeting on Saturday, so I couldn't go Saturday. I had church on Sunday, couldn't go Sunday. Normally I try to work the Saturday. But this one here snuck up on me. And so Doug, I know you went, and some of the other guys, Ethan, Parsimonious Piper, all you guys. I'm sorry we couldn't be there, man. I miss seeing you guys. OBX Piper, I think, was out there, and different ones. And so we're gonna try next year to get it in the pocket. See if we can't get out there. I usually enjoy going to those every year. So hopefully next year, guys. But anyway, I'm going to get on off of here, guys. It's going on 19 minutes. And just want to stop in and say hi. Hope everybody's doing well. And we are going to kick back here now in a few minutes. Going to look over some stuff I got to preach on tonight. We got Wednesday night prayer meeting service at church tonight, and just got to go over my notes and stuff of what we're going to be talking about. We're in the book of Romans, and so we're in chapter 9. We're starting tonight, and so we are just going through that little by little every Wednesday night. And so anyway, I'm going to take a look at that and see what's going on, and to get ready for tonight's service. So anyway, guys, until we meet again, relax, have your pipe or your stogie, right? And don't forget the many blessings that God lays upon us each and every day. And hey, Before I forget, say a prayer, those of y'all of the praying kind. Say a prayer. I don't know your views on things, but say a prayer for Charlie Kirk's family. That was an awful thing. I was on vacation last Wednesday and heard where he got assassinated over in Utah. And I think they're having his funeral this Sunday. But I tell you, he left a wife, beautiful wife, and two beautiful children. And no sense in that happening, guys, of getting gunned down like he did. And you know, we've come to a very dire straits, and I could make a whole video on this, but just pray for them. You know, when you can't have your own political view and you can't have your own thoughts on things without fearing somebody's going to blow your head off, that we are in some dire straits in our country. We need to be praying for our nation. But anyway, I just happened to think about that. Pray for the Kirk family. And as I know, they're going through some devastating time. And we've got some problems in America that we have got to get cleaned up. But anyway, that's for another video. That's for one of my rant videos. We'll talk with you later, guys. You guys take care. Bye-bye.